In this fitting, we're going to take a look at suit pants for men. So suit pants, as opposed to jeans, have a lot less top stitching and they have a lot more flexibility for alterations. We can take in and let out the waist, take in and let out the pant leg, and often take in or let down the hem, because there's often a large hem allowance. So let's start at the waist. We always want to start top to bottom. The waist needs to fit correctly to make sure that the hem is falling in the right place. So to begin, we're going to ask the customer, how does the waist feel? Oh, it's a little tight. Or I think I'd like it a little bit tighter. We're going to take a look at the center back seam. We're always going to take this amount out or let it out from this center back seam. So if the pant is too loose, we're going to pinch until the customer says, yes, that feels more comfortable. And then we're going to mark with our chalk if it's a dark color, or if we need, we can place a pin to say this is the amount from the center back on both sides that we want to take in this garment to make it comfortable. Now, if it's quite a bit, we also want to put a mark down the seat, but we can make these marks later just for the comfort of the customer. Now, if they'd like to have the pant let out, typically a suit pant will allow us at least 1.5 inches on the inside, and we'll show you that later. So if we want to let the garment out, there's no way for us to say exactly how much. We're going to feel how tight it is, ask the customer how tight it is, and then slash. This is an indication to us that we need to let it out, but we will have to make a note in the alterations ticket to say actually how much once we've taken a look to see what we have available to us. Now that the waist is in the right place, we're going to go down the pant leg and look at the width. On the suit, on a suit pant or dress pant like this, typically we're going to go on the inseam. Now, if the garment needs more, a lot taken out, we can do both the inseam and outseam in equal amounts. We want to watch this crease and make sure that it doesn't get totally distorted to either one direction. So we're going to start at the hem and just pin out a little bit and then take a look at how it falls on the foot. That'll give us a little bit of a break. Then we're going to continue up through the calf, through the knee, and ending often right around the mid-thigh. If the garment needs more material taken out up into the crotch, do not pin that on the customer. That will be pinned afterward on the table. Now, if the garment still needs a little more material taken out, we can go from the out seam, but we want to be careful and make sure that we don't get up into the pocket. This is our stopping point. We really can't taper above this area. We need to come down from the pocket where you'll see the tack. So, again, we can pull a little bit, but we want to make sure that this center crease doesn't get too distorted. So we're just pinning a little bit, just enough pins to give them a good idea of what it will look like. And then putting a final pin through the hem to indicate that we want to go all the way through the hem. Great. Good. Then we'll ask the customer to take a few steps, pull the knee up, and see how that feels. Good. Great. Finally, we'll come to the hem. This hem fits this customer pretty well. Has a nice slight break, but if you wanted it to be longer, we can see right here that we have 2.5, almost 3 inches in the hem allowance. So if this customer wanted more length, we could give that to him. Suit pants are unique in that they almost always have 2 inches of hem allowance. And that gives us a lot of flexibility in giving them the option to make them shorter or longer, especially because men often will inherit suits from grandfathers or fathers and need to make adjustments like this, letting the hem down to make it fit better. So in this case, if the customer wants the garment to be lengthened, that's just a note we will make in the alteration ticket. If the customer would like the lengthen to be taken up, then we're going to come around back and pin this folded up. Wherever the customer's preference is. Hem length is always customer preference. Ask the customer, where do you want to see the hem? They may say, I want to see sock while I'm standing. That's fine. We just want to make sure that we're able to give them their preference. Now, I'm going to stand back and take a look and see if that looks right to me and ask the customer, what do you think about that? And if that works for them, we're going to make sure that we go off of that measurement in the back. And we'll ask the customer, make sure you can take your foot out through the new tapered pant leg and tell me if you have any trouble. Otherwise, these pants are all ready to be sewn.